So good morning. We are being
Morning.
live streamed. How
It's
are
so,
you?
and it's so cold.
38 today in Spring Hill. Oh my gosh. This is
Yeah.
this is when I start looking at property at the equator. It's got to get better than this.
Well, I wore my St. Petersburg hat today intentionally to try to get me to feel a little bit more warmth with my
Yeah.
little snowman coffee cup.
Oh, how nice. How
Mm.
nice. Yeah, it's
Yes.
supposed to get even colder this weekend. They said
Yeah.
with the wind chill factor, it's going to be like 25, 26.
Prince
Ew.
is like, who are you talking to? We're fostering a dog. I thought he was kind of a puppy, but he's like 12 years old. He's older than my King.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, so he's always like very curious and follows us around. He's a sweet dog.
Isn't it great with our pets? Because when we put the tree up, my rescue Sammy just kept sniffing all the ornaments. I was just enamored by her curiosity at both of the trees, the one inside and outside. She's always looking around to see if there's something in there that she can get to.
That's funny. Yeah. So we were in Lexington this week, or I was in Lexington this weekend, and my the second oldest niece, granddaughter on my side of the family graduated from UK. This is my brother who just retired from the Army's second child, or only, the youngest of his two girls. They both graduated from UK. And yeah, it's just so crazy. I know I'm old, but just to watch them become young women,
I'll bet.
Real jobs, adulting, and
How nice. Well, they don't know how badly that's going to suck until 5 or 10 years down the road.
I'd be watching this.
Truth in advertising. That's the theme of the week. Truth in advertising. I will never forget the different occasions that my own kids said I figured out what being an adult was. It was paying $70 for a trash can that lids opens up when I step on it, or that I had to, I don't know, just there's been so many, and it's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And how nice that you got to be there. That was really nice that you were able to do that. That is the hallmark of being an entrepreneur, is that you can balance your life with around family and business and everything else.
Well, I wasn't able to actually be at the graduation because I had something for Luminary on Friday that I could not miss. So I flew in Saturday as early as I could, and I left on the very last flight last night. So I didn't land until just around midnight. So my voice, I feel like it's just hasn't woke up yet.
Yeah, and it's so like you just to show up for the party.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be there for the event, but I was there.
That's what I said when I got out of the Uber. The party is here, because she came out to meet me on the very cold street.
Oh yeah, because you posted it was about the same temperature there as it was this morning where I'm at.
Yeah, it was cold. Even we had some snow flurries even.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that's the time to hightail it out of there.
Yeah. But the oldest, Chloe, when she retired, when she graduated from UK in 2020, we weren't able, we were all there, but we had to watch it on live stream. And so Friday, when Shelby was walking the stage, I also was like live streaming it, taking screenshots from where I was sitting to just to let her know that I was watching.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool.
Technology, man, it's like it's a you love it and you hate it, and it's a blessing and a curse. And but for Friday, for me, it was a blessing.
Well, and we just experienced that when you performed the ceremony for my youngest son's wedding in October. There were family members that couldn't be here, so we live streamed it on Facebook, not publicly, but for those on Messenger, for those that could chime in. So a lot of their friends that couldn't be here and my family members that couldn't be here were able to see the ceremony. So it is cool. It is a double-edged sword, definitely.
It is, and that was so special. Anyway, we don't need to go back to the wedding day, but that was so special.
So this week is exciting because, well, first of all, I just I'm so, so grateful that we get to do this. And this fall season,
This
we
being
had
Action Zone.
Action Zone, yes.
I mean, this is in the zone too is great, but our
Yeah,
Action Zone
but I mean
cohort.
Action Zone. I just I'm one of those very fortunate people, as you are and everybody else that's in Action Zone, to get up every day and absolutely be excited and love what we do. And this third quarter of 2022 was just fabulous because we ended 3 cohorts. We finished 3 cohorts, 2 Activate cohorts for businesses, people, veterans and military spouses who are trying to figure out how to get it off the ground, get it out of their head and get it on the ground. And then Incubate, which was such a fabulous cohort as well. I got to see so many of them that attended the holiday networking event in Ybor last week. And every one of them had the same thing to say. It just widened their network by collaborating with the other people in the cohort. They got perspectives on things that they didn't expect to get from other people whose businesses were totally different. But the hard truth is that you can be opening a dog grooming shop and I could be opening a bakery, and we're still going to encounter the same operational challenges. And we see them from different perspectives. So it's helpful when you're in a cohort that gets as close as ours do, even virtually. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I will say that the connections and just the warmth, I don't even know what other word to use, of even our online cohorts is just, until you experience it, you just don't understand.
I know.
You can't fathom, how well it goes. Well, I was really sad to miss the final pitches of the business model canvas for our last cohort, or the online cohort, but I will watch the recording.
It was fabulous. It was fabulous. And it is a testament to what you just said. There was just so much camaraderie amongst each of the individuals. And when they delivered their business model pitch, the others had good feedback and good accolades to give them for what they've accomplished. And then when you look back, it's so great. I can go back and look at the video from the very first class and all the quietness and the timidness and none of that. By the 4th week, that's all gone.
Yeah.
In person or virtual, it doesn't matter. It's gone. And then by the time we get to the end, it's just a supportive, caring, intelligent and connected group. And it's just wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to watch the pitches, because I will, and see how I can help, even now that the cohort's over.
You will be so proud of me that I did not cry. But Marcial almost made me, so I cut it off. You'll see this very abrupt ending to the class because he was poking at that cord that tightened.
I'm so excited about him. But we're not going to go there yet. We're not going to go there yet, but I'm really excited about him. He's going to do our Incubate, correct? Our online Incubate.
I haven't seen, I'm assuming that he will, but I haven't seen an application from him yet. But of course, the class just ended on Saturday and we let them know about the Incubate application, which is a good segue into talking about what we're doing this week. Actually, every Wednesday from now through January 11th, we're doing an online Q&A so that you can learn more about Activate, which is the early stage. I got an idea, I don't know what to do with it, or I've got a business that's not growing like I thought, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And Incubate. The Activate is going to be in person in Tampa starting on January 14th. It's on Saturday mornings from 9 to 1. It's 8 weeks. You get in and out. Although I shouldn't say that, we usually have to tell people you got to take those conversations outside because the Hillsborough County staff want to go home and we're sitting here talking. And the Incubate is a virtual Incubate, so you can be anywhere in the state of Florida to participate, and it's a competitive entry program. You have to be generating revenue, or at least so nearly generating revenue that it's imminent, and that this part of the program will help you get over that threshold and actively operating. You can speak more to that because you and Jeremy lead that, but the comments that I got from the people that were in the last Incubate program were just phenomenal. the fact that one business is generating more than $1 million or millions of dollars in revenue and multiple businesses, and the other businesses are generating minimal revenue, less than $50,000 a year at this point, and still everybody in between, they all got something out of it. So much so that they even started their own little mastermind group.
Yep. Yeah, so that they can continue to build and grow together and share their wins and talk through their challenges. Yeah, Justin's like, oh, Slack. And I was like, no, I don't
Don't
no.
go there.
Yeah, but yes, we are on Slack now, and I'm really excited to continue to see the Incubate cohort of the fall of 2022 continue to grow.
Yep.
But this week is also Q&A, right? You have
Yep.
a couple Q&A sessions coming up so people can ask their questions.
Yep. I guess I started down that path and then got excited and fell off of it. On Wednesday nights from now to January 11th, I'm holding a Q&A at 6:00. I hope Valerie will join us, talk about Incubate a little bit. 6 to 7 doesn't usually last that long, but it's online. We've got the Eventbrite. I'll put each date's links in this chat so you can show up when it's convenient for you. It'll be this Wednesday, next Wednesday, 4 Wednesdays in a row, because registration is now. And so if I encourage you to fill out the registration first. If you find out you come to the Q&A and you're not interested, then that's no harm, no foul. But this way we have your information, because both are limited seats. Both programs, Activate and Incubate, are limited seats. So if you're interested, you don't want to lose that spot.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to add to your comment about the application, we read the applications. So young entrepreneurs sometimes don't know the questions to ask, or what direction to go. So we can review the applications and kind of expertly guide you down the right path. And the right path may not be enrolling in Action Zone. And the right path may be, what do you mean you're not going to do this? You need to do this.
Yeah, I've heard you say that to a number of people, but that's a good point. We don't want to put you in a program that either is not suited to you. So if you sign up for Incubate and you don't even have a concept developed yet, no business model written, no real, nothing but your passion, then that's not the right program for you. We want to help you succeed. So we're going to put you where we think you need to be. If you disagree and you don't want to do that, that's fine too. But
right. And then on the flip side, if you enroll for Activate and we think that you're too advanced, we could potentially just slip you into an Incubate. Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have sometime mid or second quarter. So hopefully second quarter we'll have Activate. I mean, Accelerate.
Let's hope.
Yeah. So, but one thing about the Incubate is if everybody that applies is here locally and they want to meet in person, we're willing to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we chose to do virtual this time to open it up to all of the veterans and military spouses across the state of Florida, but we are not tied to being online if geographically everybody wants to meet in person.
Yep. And both of those programs are sponsored by Veterans Florida. They are a nonprofit created by the state to distribute the funding and other educational mechanisms that support veterans in a variety of ways. Entrepreneurship is just one of them. They also administer the SkillBridge program. They have a great agricultural business program and ag tech. They have career source representation. So if a veteran is looking for a job instead of a business, then that's another opportunity. So we're very grateful. We've been network partners with Veterans Florida since June of 2018. And we're always excited to develop new programs for them, for them to be able to support veterans across the country, across Florida.
Yeah, it's been a great long partnership. I mean, over 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
And in May of 2023, it'll be officially 5 years with Action Zone.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, we can't say we're a startup anymore.
No, No, and 2023 is going to prove that out.
Yes, yes, it is. We're so excited to see what's in store.
I think that that's one of the things that makes Action Zone so different, is that we understand being a startup, first of all, because we're all entrepreneurs and we've been there. But from Action Zone's standpoint, we have created this company to provide services that the people who are the customers have told us they want. You know, we didn't just think up everything that we do. Activate, incubate, and accelerate are directly a result of cohort members saying, you know what I wish you had, or, you know what I wish I could find, you know what resource I really need. And that's how we created it. And it's worked so far. You know, there's trial and errors like every other business, but
Yeah, even if it's a nonprofit, still the same. Still got
yes,
customers, we still got to evolve, we still got to provide, still got to solve a pain point.
yep, because nonprofit is a tax status, not a business model.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
people forget that. And, you know, we all want to do good. Well, maybe not all of us, but most people want to do good. And when you're able to open a business that does good, there's just no better feeling in the world.
yeah. And good is relative. You don't need to have like a $1 zillion exit. Good is you defined your own good.
That's right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And don't I just wrote that on a LinkedIn post today. It was, don't compare yourself to others. The sun and the moon aren't one is not better than the other. They both shine in their own time. And the quote came as an anonymous quote. Nobody knows who said that, but how profound is that? That
Both shine at their own time. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I love that. So I want to say real quick, good morning to Natasha and Tisha, who are joining us this morning. They said good morning, so I want to say good morning back. But I love that. I wonder who wrote that.
I don't know. It said anonymous. When I looked up the quote, it said anonymous.
That's cool.
You know, I'm always saying, people complain and say, I'm going so slow. Everybody else in this class is so far ahead of me. Well, first of all, slow is a speed.
Yes. I also love that.
Relative. It's all relative. It's based on the perspective of the individual going that speed, whatever speed it is. And as Natasha can attest, sometimes things happen really quickly, and then there's this hurry up and wait kind of thing. So I got all this done and now I'm kind of stalled until this next thing happens. So you just find other things to do that need to get done. And one day you open up and your license is in your hand and you got your first resident, right, Natasha?
Yeah. Well, and you know, the growth is the founder and the CEO along with the customers kind of control the growth, right? And as I've said it before a zillion times, I'm sure I've said it on this show, that like Luminary, I have a chokehold on our growth because we want to grow slowly. So we don't have to hire people.
Which you know you're ultimately going to have to do.
Ultimately going to have to, but we're waiting, and once we get to a point where we feel overwhelmed or things are starting to fall off the plate, we're like, okay, how do we automate this? You know, how do we make it simpler? The systems, implementing the systems and processes. And once we feel like we've got all of them in place, all the hidden like, oh, you know, we didn't anticipate that happening, like pandemic. Then yeah, we will definitely look into hiring. But right now it's like, this goes back to, it's relative. I mean, Luminary, we qualified for several CEO, like Bunker Lab CEO Circle, we qualify for that, and other incubators and accelerators. But you know, just controlling that growth is really important to make sure it's the foundation is solid. I've never run an e-commerce business before.
Right. And sometimes rapid success destroys the organization. We say this in class often, that it's a curse and a blessing to be put on Oprah's favorite things list or anybody's favorite things list. And the number of businesses that have have been crushed under the weight of demand created by that kind of exposure. They just weren't ready for, and it makes it a real challenge. And that, that also makes me think about, Leslie Babich at Softworks. She was in the virtual cohort, this last virtual cohort that ended on Saturday. Her purpose was twofold in being in the program. One, she had a concept that she wanted to explore and wasn't sure what to do with it. But her role at Softworks exposes her to individuals who create solutions for Softworks, right? And sometimes, very often actually, those solutions are adopted. And now those individuals that innovated this solution have to come up with a business to surround it so that they can actually produce what they said they could produce and do it at a profit so that they can function as a company. But they have no business experience. They only have experience innovating this product that they came up with. So she wanted to understand the process so that she could somehow help them that in that next step, what happens next.
Yeah, and I love it. I love Leslie. Ever since we met her, we've really appreciated her. So it's great.
She is so smart.
What's that?
She is so smart.
Oh, I know.
You can just watch her in the screen and you can see her wheels.
The wheels turning. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But and if anybody has a moment to take a peek at her resume, you'll understand why we say not only our personal experience with her that she's so smart, but her career has definitely demonstrated that she's a very impressive career. Okay, so is there anything going on? There's nothing going on the ECC this week. Are they closing early?
No, I think so. I don't think they're open on Friday, but I didn't look at the schedule. But this week and next week are two of the slowest weeks of the year, of the old year and the new year.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the last 2 weeks of December are slow, especially when the holidays fall on the weekend like they have. It's a great time for regrouping, and that's why it's so important that if you are thinking about, if this idea is still bouncing in your head and you still haven't done anything to get it out, then come and see us on Wednesday nights, sometime between now and the 11th of January, because we want to help.
Yeah, I was just looking at the last email. Oh yeah, we will be closed December 23rd and December 26th.
23rd to be Friday, correct?
Yep, Friday through Monday, the ECC is closed. So, but Action Zone will be open Wednesday night on the Zoom, 6 p.m. We will drop, or you can go to the registration on the Eventbrite. On our Facebook page. Rosie made it an event, or you can search Eventbrite, or I will drop it in the chat since we get done here.
Yeah.
You will be able to get a hold of us. If for some reason you're struggling with the Zoom, message us on our Facebook page and just say, hey, for whatever reason, I'm not getting there. I can't tell you how many times I get text messages and people are like, where's the Zoom? And I'm like, check your email because I know you got it.
Yeah, the nice thing about setting up the online thing on Eventbrite is if you once you register and you get the invite back in your email, there's a link right there to the Zoom. So you don't have to go looking for anything else. It comes right to you. Just go back and get your registration ticket. But of course, you could always text or email.
Messages at the Facebook page. That way, either Rosie or I will see it.
Yep.
All right, friends, I'm off to do Monday stuff.
Have a great time. And thank you everyone for joining us today. And we hope to see you on Wednesday.
Yes, but if we don't, for our alumni out there, or just our In the Zone followers, our zonies. Zonies, as Rosie affectionately has coined your names, your nickname. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Because we will not be here next Monday. Nope. We are in the zone. Oh my goodness, it's our last In the Zone of 2022.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. All right,
I guess that's true.
It is. So we won't see you guys actually until Monday, January 9th.
That's 2 weeks because of the way the holiday runs. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm traveling on the 2nd. I mean, Rosie might pop in, but let's give her a day off.
Thanks.
She's working so hard. So we will see you all again, January 2023. And we can talk about New Year's goals on.
Oh my gosh, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
All right, happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe and we'll see you in 2023. So hard to believe.
I know, and stay warm.
Oh yeah, definitely that. Bye.
Bye.